Hey, do you have a skate park sink in your house?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
That's your house.
Yeah.
You got that bowl made
Bingo, yeah.
in your bathroom.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
What do you have?
Do you
I got
fingerboard
a,
when you brush your teeth?
I had this guy. It took a long time to get it built, but what's that?
Do you fingerboard while you're brushing your teeth?
It just got installed.
Are you gonna fingerboard?
I have
while
not
you
even
brush-
turned the water on yet. Yes,
You're gonna.
going to.
You got to jump the gap, right?
It's big O.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty cool.
Where do I get one of those?
You can call the guy. It'll take a while. But you can call him.
Call
I'll
the
give
guy.
you
Hey,
his
hold on.
info. Welcome. Here we go.
And I'm not Tony Hawk.
What would you get if you were gonna get some skate park element
For a
for a
sink?
sink? Yeah.
To fingerboard it? Because that's like a dream as a kid, too.
Right.
I would have the animal chin hat, but a house and live in it,
The Animal Chin house.
House.
like the animal
Animal
chin
chin
ramp.
ramp as a
but
house?
The ramp's giant.
Oh, as a house.
Yeah, you can live underneath it. That was a bad idea.
You know,
I regret that.
weirdly, like the first thought when you said that,
Yeah.
and probably would, is pipeline.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Just because it wasn't like even that accessible to me when I lived near it growing up.
Did you actually go?
I went once.
And it wasn't
Yeah,
that.
And I
Koston's here, by the way. We're starting.
Oh yeah.
We're starting, and I'm here.
See, that it's so weird for me because when I think about the generations of skaters, I think about you as beyond any skate parks like that.
Yeah.
But you actually went to Upland and skated.
Yeah.
Wow. You're old.
I'm old, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm old.
I remember the first time-
With this vibrating.
You know, the
I'm gonna
first
go
time I
into
met
airplane
you,
mode.
you were at a vert ramp, because that's where I was,
Mm-hmm.
and
As we
it was like this guy's like someone was like, this kid's like the new guy. I mean, he's like super awesome, and I'm like, cool, man, that's cool. And he was being nice to us, and I remember thinking, that's a good dude. You know what I mean, like if you're the coolest new street dude out there and you're gonna talk to a vert guy,
Oh,
I like you.
give
You
us
know what I mean?
give
Yeah,
us a little bit of
he was
credence.
being nice to me.
But I skated everything though. See, I'm old.
Yes.
Yeah, but I think
did
you
grow
I
up
think you
skating
padded up.
everything. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Of course I would have.
That's what I was
Yeah.
gonna say. So first time I saw Eric skate was Lake Owen skate camp. Wow, like
91?
90, maybe
91.
91.
It's
Okay.
91.
And we're just skating the mini ramp. I don't know him at all. He drops in and he does over the spine. He goes backside tail grab to nose and then 180 over the spine.
Yeah,
Like it was nothing.
yeah, because he did that like nothing.
And I was like, this dude is the best mini ramp skater I've ever
Yeah.
seen. Like it just in that moment, I was
Dude,
like, oh my.
I
this
didn't
is
finish my
amazing.
story. When we were done skating and we took our pads off, he did a ollie 540 on the not above the
Not above
like he was
coping.
just like doing kick turns, and then he did an ollie 540,
But
and I was
snapped
like,
Yeah.
wait,
Yeah.
that's, I mean, I could tell like he can't do 8-foot airs, but I'm like,
I
if you
never
could
went
do
really
8-foot
high on
airs,
Vert. No,
right?
no.
But if you
I
could
didn't have
have,
that power.
the ollie 540 was there for him to have because he did it halfway up, and it
Yeah.
made, and it looked like, I was like, wait, you can. I didn't even know that it could be done, and you did it real easy too. I remember where I was like, you bastard.
You were, I
Yeah,
mean,
it
but
was-
when you're at Lake Owen, you were there, posted up all summer, right?
All summer, yeah, because
Yeah.
Eddie Olguera was him and Ken Park. They were
Uh-huh.
like both kind of the head counselors, kind
Right.
of running the skate program there. Because it was Woodward.
And so you were a
Kinda
special
would-
guest?
No, Eddie just brought me there to be a just as a counselor to work with the kids all summer.
Okay.
So it was that was my first job in skateboarding.
And you got paid for it.
I did get paid. It wasn't much, but it was
Yeah.
still I got money. And
And you got to
you
skate
know,
every
I had
day.
to tell kids to go to, which is weird because I was telling kids that were my age
Yes. Yeah.
to go to sleep at the curfew and whatnot, and
Yeah.
they would talk shit to me, and rightly so, because like who's this 16-year-old telling them what to do? Because
Yeah.
I had that sort of
Yeah.
had to manage that responsibility as well
Yeah.
as like help them and then wake up the next day and like teach him how to do tricks. So, so maybe by the end of the week, if I helped them with some tricks, maybe I earned some
Get
respect.
some respect, yeah.
And they would go to bed on time. No, they wouldn't.
No,
And I didn't
no.
care.
Did you say Ken
Let's be
Park?
honest. Like I was like, you guys
Yeah.
got to go. Yes.
You hung out with Ken Park?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did
well,
you-
think about Ken Park and Eddie Alguera were responsible adults.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know?
Exactly.
So,
Eddie
yeah,
drove.
of
Like I
course.
drove out there with Eddie and his family.
Okay.
And stayed the whole summer. And it was like, I'm going to stay at this skate camp all summer and I'm going to do this. And when you're that young, it's like, that's great. Like,
Yeah. Did you do hand plants with Ken Park? Because he did a lot of those.
I didn't. Yeah. Or inverts.
Yeah.
Street plants? No, I don't think.
I
Ken
don't think he
actually
was-
Did you ever
He-
do inverts?
little ones. I can't. I can do them, but
Like on mini ramps? Or
No,
you
no,
did
I
on
can,
Vert.
I can do it on vert.
Really?
Yeah. Basically, like a kick turn on your arm.
Hey, that's
Essentially,
more
you
than
know what I
most
mean?
new vert skaters can do.
Yeah, and it's actually not that
Harsh.
hard.
What?
I
Yeah,
know.
you're right.
Too
though.
soon?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a lost art. It's too soon. It's a lost art.
It
No,
is, huh?
Yeah, but they
But they all want
dabble.
to.
They do.
No,
that
they-
is true.
They do all want
That
to.
is true. Yeah.
'Cause
Even like
you
I,
get up down on your hand, everyone's like so impressed.
Yeah.
There's a couple people.
I talked to Reese. I was in Virginia Beach this last weekend with Reese
Yeah.
Nelson, and she was talking about how she wants to learn inverts. She's super scared, and I was like,
Yeah.
"You're super scared of learning inverts, but you're doing
Ollie 540s.
ollie 5 and
Ollie
kick
one
from no
foot of
slides
540s.
over
Yeah.
the channel." But okay,
Yeah, because it's a different animal
know, I know.
entirely. But there's a couple of girls too. I forgot her name, but there's a girl that does a mean eggplant. I forgot her name, but it's like legit, and she does it every time. And I'm like, dude, that one's like
Yeah.
better
And
than
eggs
most
are
of the,
yeah, it's scary. That's a scary one.
Yeah, I've like tried to
I feel like
the
bring
people,
hang-up
them-
factor?
the
I
new
don't know.
generation, they either learn one or the other, and they go with that one.
Yeah. Yeah. Same with like a frontside invert.
Yeah.
It's the commitment to come in on that is like
Yes.
it's still terrifying.
Yeah, I always
Still
did,
terrifying.
I did them where I couldn't do the Caballero one. I did the jank one where you come in on your arm.
Yeah.
So
You
I
stay
just-
on one side of your arm.
I never.
Yeah.
I was like,
So
I'm
you
not.
just all right. This
I'm
isn't
like,
for
I'm not
me.
doing that.
Yeah.
I would did it because I was like, there you go. I could say I did a frontside invert, but
Yeah.
don't film it.
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
It
yeah.
was- It was
don't wanna
embarrassing.
see it.
Yeah, I don't want to see it. I can tell what it looked
I just
like.
want my
Yeah.
mind to think.
Did
would-
I do a handstand and go frontside and you? Yes, but
Yeah.
nah.
It happened.
No.
Yeah, it was bad. Can't have them all, you know.
Mhm.
So
No.
we should probably talk about street skating more because
You can do it all. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I do want to say I want to put this out there first and foremost in that you were the first to be yelling people do a kickflip, and I feel like now
Kind of.
people have thrown that onto me
Mhm.
somehow.
I'm so
They
glad that
see
you're
that
getting
as
it.
the oh
now.
you're glad.
Yes.
Oh, you're welcome then. I was gonna
Yeah.
apologize, but now you're welcome.
No, because at least it's somebody else getting it. Like when you're going through the airport,
get-
or
no, I
if I'm
get
out
it.
surfing.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, when you're out surfing, someone will yell, "Do a kickflip."
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
that's inappropriate. That's like
Or-
yelling to me when I'm on a skateboard.
Or
Do a
it's a
kickflip.
challenge. I don't know. It depends how you take it. Do I
What
have
kind of
to
a
learn
surfer?
that?
What kind of
Oh,
a surfer are you?
Man. A shitty one.
Yeah, but what's your obviously? But what's your like what's your style? Are you like you carve it up? Are you trying to get in the green room? Do you
I-
stay pretty stock, or are you trying to get tech?
I want to do it all.
You wanna
I
do
want to carve
tricks?
it up. I want to. I'm down to get tricky because I don't.
You want to
care.
get airborne?
I want to fly.
You
It's
do.
hard.
Yeah,
But you can go down the
Sure.
line
Yes.
on a wave. Yes.
Yeah. And I want it. Getting barreled is.
You're right.
I feel like that's the one.
Would you count it if you went to the man-made ones that help you get in, like Kelly Slater's one, where like it looks like if you can run the line, then you can get in a barrel probably.
Yeah, but even those are tough. Like I went.
Yeah.
I was
You've
just
been there.
I was just at Waco like a few weeks ago.
Yeah, we
It's
went.
fun.
I love
But-
that
Slotted?
place.
I got. No, there I got smoked.
that one's hard to.
It's-
That's a hard
it's
takeoff.
It's the takeoff's hard, and if your rail catches, you're getting
Yeah.
flipped, and you're getting flipped
it's
onto
shallow.
rough,
Yep,
shallow
yep.
concrete.
Yes.
It's like I blasted my elbow open.
Think well, he's going when it's warm. We went when we had to wear full suits, so that was protection.
That actually, yeah, and I'm
but
wearing.
but I've been there where you had to wear where you're wearing trunks,
Mhm.
Yeah,
and I got chewed up.
Look,
You
hurt.
Yes.
Just scrape. Just
It's like it's gritty concrete
super
underneath
gritty,
there.
I wasn't good enough
In-
to take a
in
slam
that-
like that.
And that barrel wave, like that thing comes out. It's like, it's just, you gotta
stand up quick.
stand. Yeah, you're basically not even standing up. You're throwing the board to the bottom of the.
Just
to
catching up
you're
to it.
throwing it to the flat, trying to
Yeah.
get on it and
Yeah.
go shoot through it. But if you catch once, you're getting flipped, and it's like, oh my god, this isn't sand, and you got like taking it to the tailbone, smash my elbow. Then you're getting dragged. Then the whitewash is dragging you on shallow. It's like
I
it's
rode
not
the
as
shortboard wave,
the
remember,
shortboard.
and I couldn't get up on it, but I almost
right.
did.
You're behind it, yeah. But when
Yeah.
you get ahead of it, it's
So you're saying if I had
a short window.
yeah. It's too.
Well, I'm
quick.
not saying you couldn't do it. I'm saying you would have taken a few hits.
No,
like
I'm
you
that's no, I'm saying I can't do it. I'm saying if I could have got hurt and I didn't know,
Yes.
because my main
Yes,
thing was, man,
yes.
it is cold.
No,
That's
you
all
could.
I was thinking.
Well, that's good. You didn't know. You know what? It's really good that you didn't know
Yeah.
because
Yeah, I don't like this story. I
out
was
of
gonna
sight,
go.
out of mind, kind of thing.
Yeah,
it was.
all your
Yeah.
dumb luck. You're using all your dumb luck tokens
I remember
right there for
falling
sure.
on that wave and going,
'Cause-
wee.
No, I've been dragged, and yeah, your back scraped up, and you're
What?
like you're skating street,
Yes.
but you're in water.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, I've been
Yeah.
dragged
Man.
on the bottom backwards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Getting a raspberry on your lower back, and you're like,
I got scraped on the wall paddling back out.
You guys are stupid.
we are.
I feel like I might be
No,
better
we're just more
surfers than you
hardcore.
guys, man.
I mean, no, we
Better at
just,
falling.
we pay our dues.
Yeah.
That's what we call
No,
that.
you guys are hardcore
Yeah.
for sure.
All right. So
Still paying
Eric,
him.
what led you into skating?
My older brother.
Same.
Older brother, him and his friends. He was older. They were all cool. This is like 80, 85, 86 time. Skating was, you were probably making bank. You were the man. And I was like, this is sick. I want to do that. What they're doing. I was watching them across the street from my house one time. I was like,
They were street skating?
yeah, they're street skating. It's like a little set of stairs, and they were just doing like, but I mean, it's mid 80s, you know what I mean? Bonelesses
Boneless
and
ones,
stuff. Yeah, like axle stalls on curbs and
Yeah.
even little things, ollie, just ollieing. I was like, what is all that? And I was like, I want to do that. I asked him, and he's like, let me get it. And he like cobbled a board together of like all used stuff from his friends. It was just mismatched everything.
And you were in like Riverside, San Bernardino?
San Bernardino.
Yeah. I
So
remember going on a few street missions with you and Steve Barra when we started Birdhouse.
Yeah,
and
I remember.
you were taking us to all your old spots.
Yeah.
That's a lot of like
Those
the
good old
first
days.
Birdhouse video is like all the places you took us to.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff around. I mean, I remember you starting it, being right there, just like because that's when I lived.
Yeah,
in
he
Oceanside.
was right there. Like we started Birdhouse.
This
and
dude was like,
you and Barra were hanging out a lot.
yeah.
Of course.
Well, let's see. Steve was living with you.
Yeah.
You had Riley, brand
Yeah,
new.
yeah, that's
Riley was
right,
brand
yeah.
new.
Yeah.
Riley
was brand new.
dude.
Yeah,
he
the end
was
of 92.
Fresh. Yeah,
Crazy.
those are good times. I mean, I filmed. I filmed a lot of that video.
I know.
Good amount.
Probably-
not all of it, but like
Probably a good portion of my street part from Feasters you shot.
enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
He goes hard in the paint on the streets, huh?
Oh, dude.
Right?
This is not
Hey,
where I
one
thought this
time-
conversation would go.
Dude.
This is my favorite conversation.
So one time, like, we were at Do you remember Big Bear Curb, the grocery store?
Yes.
In the valley, in Oceanside, and you're trying to like nose one side of the curb.
No.
You
Thankfully.
so you were losing your mind. He was having a full blown street skater meltdown.
Yeah.
And not couldn't
So
nose
cool.
one side of the curb.
Yeah.
I
And
can't imagine that I could have ever nose one slid a curve.
No,
Like,
you
I-
could. You ended up doing Webb Park. You remember?
Yeah,
the
but I feel
bench
like
downs-
but that's because I can drop off of
yes
something high. I can't
No,
pop
you had.
out.
Well, it had an end, but you had to ollie from the side of it to get into it.
Oh,
I
okay.
remember. I just remember it.
You were
'cause I was like,
shooting it?
I don't think maybe I was, and I think I stopped because I was like, dude, Tony's just having a full street. Like we
Yeah.
all had our.
Yes.
Steve did for sure. He was great at it,
Yeah.
having a full just scream attack.
Yeah.
I did focus your board. You know what I mean? That was
Yes,
back in that
yes.
day, and also we're like learning all these crazy new tricks. These are like brand new to street
Right.
skating that were tough
Right.
to us because we've never done this.
Yeah.
And me and Steve are like, dude, Tony Hawk's having a fucking full street meltdown.
Yeah.
And we're whispering to each other. We're like kind of giggling, but we're like, don't laugh.
Yeah,
Like,
no, you don't,
laugh.
dude. If he
Don't,
catches
he's
you
already
laughing,
pissed.
oh
You
my
were
God,
screwed.
yeah.
I don't
I
know.
think probably
like I'm
if-
walking home.
But I feel like if you guys laughed, that would break me out of it. Like, oh my God, I'm ridiculous.
I think we might have gotten to that point, but I
Yeah.
was like, whoa, he's actually so pissed. I was scared. I was a little kid. I
No,
was
he
like,
makes
dude.
people uncomfortable when he gets angry.
Dude, I was
Oh
like,
my God.
Cold turkey may be great on sandwiches, but there's a better way to break your bad habits.
We're not talking about some weird mind voodoo from your crazy neighbor or psychic or Facebook friend.
Weird. We're talking about our sponsor, Fume, pronounced Fume. They look at the problem in a different way.
Not everything in a bad habit is wrong. So instead of a drastic, uncomfortable change, why not just remove the bad from your habit?
Fume is an innovative, award-nominated device that does just that. Instead of electronics, Fume is completely natural. Instead of vapor, Fume uses flavored air. And instead of harmful chemicals, Fume uses all natural, delicious flavors.
You get it? Instead of bad, Fume is good. It's a habit you're free to enjoy and makes replacing your bad habit easy. Your Fume comes with an adjustable airflow dial and is designed with movable parts and magnets for fidgeting, giving your fingers a lot to do, which is helpful for de-stressing and anxiety while breaking your habit.
It tastes more flavorful than I thought, and it feels very fresh. It's well weighted, perfectly balanced, and extremely fun to fidget with.
Stopping is something we all put off because it's hard, but switching to Fume is easy, enjoyable, and even fun. Fume has served over 100,000 customers and has thousands of success stories, and there's no reason that can't be you.
Join Fume in accelerating humanity's breakup from destructive habits by picking up the Journey Pack today. Head to tryfume.com and use the code WOLF. Save 10% off when you get your Journey Pack today. That's TryWolf. So TRYFUM.com. And then you use the code WOLF, and then you get 10% off. And you can do it right now. Face it, it's uncomfortable at the ramp when he gets angry. Everybody in the ramp's like, oh shit.
That's probably 16. Then I'm not gonna say shit to Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
I don't know. How to
It's
calm
hard to
this
say
dude
that
down.
to anybody that's in full flip out
Yeah,
mode.
it's true.
Like any of your
sometimes you have
friends
to
that is
just be like, or you got to find that moment where you
Right.
can insert the joke
right,
that will get them to laugh
right,
and lighten the mood because it's hard to snap out of it too.
right.
Sometimes
Yeah, you
you're so
can't just
pissed.
go, hey man, why don't you calm
Usually,
down? Like that's
yeah.
not gonna do that.
Or time passes and you have your self regret and you know you like bummed out everybody's session. You usually come to terms like, hey guys, I'm sorry. Yeah.
I did.
Sometimes you finally like cool down.
I've
I'm
texted.
sure that session for me had deeper meaning. That
Dude,
was like
it's a tough time in your
you are
life.
not cut out for this type of skating, and this is the only type of skating that's happening.
Yep.
That's a very good point because that was a really interesting
It's-
change in your life.
Oh yeah.
Oh, like insane.
Oh,
it's
for sure.
It's
Yeah.
amazing, like the stuff that he has on video that he's doing. Because obviously he's a more talented skateboarder than I am. So on Vert, he's better than me, but I'm pretty good. And then when we skate street, I'm like, dude, for how good you are, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
your
Because
street,
This is
Dude,
like
he
a theme
was.
of our show.
your street skills are similar to mine, where it's
True.
like, this is my brain is like, are you seriously doing it like that? You know what I mean? Like, because I'm aware of Koston and how he does things
Yeah.
and how they should be done.
Yeah.
And I do stuff on Vert where it looks good,
Yeah.
and then I go on the street.
We had so
and I
much
Playing
fun.
feels a little more
I
level.
go, what the hell? You know what I mean? Like any trick that I do on there, I go, what? You know, someone will be like, yeah, Ellis, and I'm like, actually, probably no, because it's dog
man.
shit.
I'll take what I can get.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we do. We take what we can
Yeah,
get. But
yeah.
you have, like, I've done a
Oh
few
my
tricks. You
God.
have video parts where you did like handrails, dude. Like, not just a board slide. You did like stuff on handrails that, like, if you have vert legs, people don't understand. It's life or
true.
death.
Yes.
If
Yeah.
you're a vert dude
Yeah.
and you're doing a lip slide on a handrail,
I'll tell you, I do have a funny story. Is I was skating for Powell. I went up to NorCal and skated with Wade Spire. We were shooting
yeah,
videos, and I was talking about before we got there how we have this we call it vertosis, vert legs, where everything you do you feel like you're coming into a ramp.
Yes.
And I did a lip slide on a curb, and Wade goes, "That looked like you were just coming into a vert ramp," and I was like,
Yeah.
that's not intentional.
It's
That's just how it is.
It's
I'm
just-
sorry.
It's
It's a
It-
nightmare.
But you managed
it's,
to.
It's
I mean,
instinct, but yes, no. Even coming, I know that feeling of like, yeah, did a full vert session, and like later that day you go street skating. It's
just
it's like,
thud,
whoa,
like,
okay,
bleh.
now you gotta like shift
Spring.
gears and spring,
Yeah.
and it's a weird
yeah, I
transition.
got no spring. I'll
It
I'll
is
admit it.
a trippy.
I don't know if
Yeah.
it's possible.
Can we end that conversation now? Like the,
Yeah.
the not I mean the
I'm gonna keep
the
bashing
theme.
myself.
Okay. All right.
You're okay. I was trying to give you a compliment.
No,
but
I appreciate.
I feel like when I jump, if it's possible, I actually get lower.
The harder you try, the worse.
Yeah,
it
like if
gets.
I try to dunk,
No.
I feel like my hand drops lower than it was before I took off.
We had a blast shooting those trick tips videos. That was really cool. That was fun for me.
That was a while ago, right?
That was that was like
Yeah, because I mean, you did the
2001 maybe.
Yeah, probably 2001, maybe two. I don't somewhere around there.
But I mean, imagine
Early.
teaching flip tricks, flat ground
Yeah, nah.
with him.
Yeah, nah.
I'm just like, yeah, listen to what he said,
Yeah, that's better.
and
for
then
sure.
watch how not to do it. You watching my feet.
Yeah. Yeah, don't do
He
that.
participated. He could help out there, but it was that was fun.
That was
that
fun.
was fun. It was, and it was that video. Like it's crazy how much that a lot of people that are pro and then maybe not even pro now, but did come up through and like that was one of my first videos. Like I
Yeah.
watched it to you and Tony, like your trick tips video,
Yeah, I hear it a lot.
and they learned a lot from
Yeah.
it. It's like it's pretty cool to see that because that was.
And
There
I
weren't
mean,
many tools like that out there, when it was like
yeah, and we
it was
as much as we're
magazines.
goofing around, we're
Yeah.
pretty serious about trying to teach how to do it.
exactly. We were-
I remember both neither you or I could do hard flips.
no, that was bad, and I had to do it switch.
And we had to teach hard flips.
Yeah. Wait, and you
And-
both couldn't do it?
Yeah,
I'm terrible
Wait,
at them.
Oh.
I made one.
I did it switch
He did
because I can do
switch.
them better switch.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
easier to me, and I
Okay.
just have this weird, and it's still to this day I still struggle with hard flips. I can
Wow.
occasionally do it, but it's like there's something that
That's
just
gotta be-
I can never get this block.
Yeah.
I can never overcome.
That's got to
that
be one of the only things, though, right, for you?
No, there's probably some other things. Let's not talk about it.
Off
no,
the seriously, though.
skating-wise. But that one's it's real, and
Because
it's
that's not that hard. I mean, I guess to do it, make it look good might be different, but it seems like it's not the most difficult of flat ground tricks, but one of the better flat ground guys saying that one just
not
gotcha.
for me. A lot
Yeah.
of people are like that's fine for them.
So
but
does that
it's-
mean if you play skate against Koston, you pressure flip your face off?
No, I will do that to them.
Yeah, he could pressure flip.
Hard flip?
I
though?
mean, sorry, hard flip. Yeah,
Yes.
sorry.
Yes.
Hard flip
And
your-
people
yeah.
know that, and they will go at me with that one.
Oh, interesting.
So,
But you got a pressure flip in your back pocket.
I got that
All
one's
day.
like that's one thing about that era.
Yeah,
That's like riding a bike. You
I
never
still got those too. Yeah.
you never lose that. It's a technique, and it's funny if you're somebody more current and you never lived through that or experienced that or learned
I was
it.
trying to teach that to one of our
That's the
kids
same with
recently.
hand plants.
It's a weird thing that it's like they can't because they're
They
automatically
they're
you're trying
always
to flick.
snapping. Yeah,
and
they're
it's
always
the
flicking.
opposite.
Yeah.
You're actually squeezing your board into the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a motion that a lot of people aren't used to. You're
Yeah.
actually trying to pop and kick or something in some direction. And this is actually all it is applying pressure with the ball of your foot.
Right.
And it's actually so easy. And the more you tighten your trucks, the easier those
Yeah.
tricks get.
Hey.
Mhm.
I was
Bit
trying
late.
to
I
teach
just
it to
unlocked all that.
There you
one of
go.
our kids the other day,
Uh-huh.
and they just couldn't.
Kept like varial flipping or something. Probably,
Yeah, just
right? Or
snapping and
something.
going. It's just do front shove. It's like that's
Yeah.
it. And I just like, no, look, here is one foot.
Yeah,
Watch
you
one
one foot,
foot, and I
squeeze it.
push it forward, and then they're just like, no.
Squeeze it, the little
Squeeze
bar
it, yeah.
of soap off the ground,
That's so
and that's it.
great.
You just squirt it out.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a little squeeze and squirt,
We'll
and
teach
Yeah.
all of them. And then you can learn. Once I learned the one, and also our board shapes were football and narrow tails, and
Yeah.
they're actually
Made it
perfect for that.
easier?
Made it easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you
Oh,
get
wow.
that razor tail from doing it too
Mhm.
much.
Wow. I didn't do that.
You were skating vert.
You missed that window.
I did a couple.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
My only friends in Australia were street skaters. So I went street skating every night, and the trade was they'd hang out at the vert ramp when I skated by myself, and one of them
Oh.
filmed. Gregsy, yeah.
Right.
Shout out
Could
to
you do the
Gregsy.
one? Could you
Gregsy?
do the?
Yeah. Gregsy was, for some odd reason, a huge fan of my vertical skateboarding
That's
in
sick.
an era where everybody
Probably still
hated
is.
it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he was just like we had a skateboard team, and I was the vert guy.
He has such
and
a
it
good
was-
archive.
Yeah,
footage.
but he was such a good filmer, and
Yeah.
because he was so excited about it,
Mm-hmm.
it was because nobody skated vert in Australia anymore. It made it fun for me to skate because I didn't have a vert guy to skate with, but I kind of did because he'd just be like, "Oh, dude, what about if you do this like that?" And I was like, "Yeah, I never even thought of that." But he's so amped that I was like, "Yeah, man, like I'll do it."
And then and he would get to see
He
that
got me to do
happen.
all the new
Yeah.
stuff, like heel flips and
Yeah.
like kickflip backside disaster. That was
Yeah.
all, dude. What if you just try
That's
that?
pretty sick.
And I'm like, I can't do that. He's like, just try it.
On what? The aluminum can?
The little,
Aluminum can
the
ramp?
tin can.
I skated that.
They changed it. It's another thing now.
Yeah, I'm sure it's gone. The thing's
It's
You
it's
skated the
another
original.
metal ramp.
Huh? Yeah,
You skated
I
original,
skated it
Yeah,
on one of the tours there.
Back in
like
the
we did
day,
a
yeah,
demo
you
at the park there, and then
yeah.
I got up on the.
So how is that for you back then? Where obviously vert was not the thing,
Mm-hmm.
but you're on the trip, everyone's skating whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and you jump on the vert ramp. It's just how it was, right?
Yeah, which is how it was, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, sick. There's a ramp here. Like I'll just mess around a little bit.
Right.
You know, I want to. Like,
that was like taking Willie on tour.
yeah,
Willie was just down. Okay, I'll put my pads on.
Yeah.
Do it. Whatever.
yeah. It's just it's kind of a thing, you know, if you want to. But we, like I said, grew up in that. I grew up skating everything.
Skating
I grew up
transition,
in San Bernardino. Like,
Right.
I had everything. I had the backyard vert ramp. Helped my friend build a mini ramp with a spine ramp and then a hip. Like all with stolen wood from, you know, these
Construction sites.
construction
Yeah.
sites. Had tons of ditches, tons of pools, obviously.
Yeah.
Salba Malba land, you know, like
Wait, you skated with Selba?
no, actually,
In-
not really. Not till like maybe way later. Malba was Mickey Alba was the first pro actually I ever seen. In
Did you
person.
skate Baldy?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
Baldy, you have like that was all near
Yeah.
enough within a 20-minute radius of driving.
Oh, gee.
But
Yeah,
there's
right.
but
Yeah.
there was tons of terrain there if you think about it. But also that's the time you skated everything. You weren't like a street skater. You
Yeah.
weren't I wanted to learn how to skate vert.
Yeah.
I wanted to learn how to skate mini ramps. I wanted backyard pools, ditches, jump ramps, quarter pipes, whatever.
It's funny. I feel like that's a little bit more like that these days. Like people can ride everything.
Yeah.
You know, there's guys out there now that I'm like, who the hell is that? And
Yeah.
he's doing vert tricks, and then he goes over to street stuff and doesn't look like a vert
That's the
guy.
skate park generation, I think.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but
But
it's,
not all of them have that too. It's like
No.
yeah,
not all of them. Like a guy like Yuto.
Right.
It's unreal. Like watching him drop into a vert ramp.
Yeah,
Like and especially
yeah.
now the vert ramps now. It's not
Yep.
it's not the 10.5-foot vert ramp. You know, where it was a lot easier to skate. But I mean,
Right.
it probably sucked locking up because you slam straight to flat pretty much.
yeah.
Like your ramp now is like I would get on that thing. I probably couldn't make it to the coping on 2 walls without being sucking wind and like
no, you'd be all right. You're
The-
from that generation, but there are definitely
dude, it's hard though.
It
Like,
would
it's-
feel
it's
weird
more
It's
like-
weird. They're so big, and
It will
keeping your
feel-
speed up is like it's
It'll be
hard.
scary for a day.
Yes,
'Cause I
it
did
would
it.
take me like a month to really.
It's
Get
a whole
this.
day for sure. But then once you get used to it,
Mhm.
you're like, oh wow, that was a good idea. It's actually easier to ride.
Easier, and there's more to
more
fall
time.
on. There's
Yeah.
more transition to
And
fall on.
there's
Makes more
the whole
sense.
thing's slower.
Yeah.
So you get more time.
But like
you do go faster.
Yuto, I've seen him just drop in on a ramp like that now, a current size vert ramp, and just blast a few setup airs, nice crossbone up lean air,
That's
and then
crazy.
just whip a 540 padless. And
Amazing.
he's like chest to stomach high out. Like he's
Yeah.
not. It's not low.
right.
Yeah.
It's like, how did you
Pick
where
up
does
that skill
Yeah,
set.
where did you get that?
Right.
That's a special skill set to
Yeah.
me. I'm like, you should
Like
do
he
that.
had to
should
go
film a whole vert part.
Right. He had to
That
go
would
outside
be-
of his comfort zone to go learn that because all the other stuff was available to him.
Yeah,
Like for you, your generation, it was mostly transition stuff. That's
Mhm.
what you had.
yeah,
That's it. And street skating wasn't really evolved or
Yeah,
or
it was
discovered.
evolving, and I did it,
Right.
but it was still evolving too. And
Yeah.
I wanted to do those things, but I wanted to do that thing and that all those things. I wanted
Yeah.
to do it all.
Did you think it was weird when you had friends that were just good at like when it came to transition, all of a sudden they couldn't ride?
Yeah.
Did you ever find that odd? Because I know that for a while there were like almost everybody at one point was like, if it's a bank, I'll pop off it. But if you're using transition, I'd rather you didn't.
Yeah.
But you had that in your pocket. But did you ever find it weird that your colleagues, so to speak, were, because I like the donger who looked like a vert guy when he was in the air and stuff,
Yeah.
couldn't. He was like, I hate transition.
Yeah. He just
I'm like, what
do
do you
it.
mean? It helps you fly into the air. He's like, it does. Like a bank, he'd fly twice as high. And I'm like, that makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
Because he had such a crazy ollie technique.
Yeah. He just has pop power, his core, everything he's
Right.
got is like,
But
was
not
crazy.
on a mini ramp. No way.
Superhuman.
You can't even cross it.
Yeah. I mean, it's also probably where you grew up, what was accessible.
Was there a time there
Right.
where you didn't ride transition because you were so busy on the streets?
Yeah, for sure. Like most of my career.
Right.
I
So-
mean, maybe, yeah. I would still want to, or if it's around, I would do it, but I wasn't going out and pursuing it.
Right.
But if it was near me and I was like, oh, sick, this like cool mini ramp, or this skate park has this cool bowl that's not too gnarly.
Is it like that now? Like when you get on there, you're like, whoa, my transition legs are.
Yeah, I wish I had kept them up for
Right.
sure. Yeah. Sometimes especially the bigger it gets. Smaller it is, it's like, it's fine.
Yeah.
That's still there. The bigger it gets, I'm like, damn, I wish I
Right.
didn't, lose this, and because you lose that confidence.
Yeah. Is it? That's like half the
losing
battle,
confidence.
right?
You're like, I'm
Yeah.
scared. You're
Yeah.
scared. I'm
Yep.
just straight up scared, and I'm like, if I did it a little more, I get more comfortable
Yep.
and I have to be more confident. Then it won't be scary.
Yeah.
But
And then it becomes way more enjoyable too. Because
Mhm.
I feel like I took a huge gap of not skating, and then I came back and started skating, and the ramp scared me.
Mhm.
Like I was like,
That's
I
confidence.
remember having a little bit of fear, obviously, but not like I do now. Like as
Yeah.
I'm on the way back in, I'm like, oh, and I'm like, who does that to themselves on the way back in?
Yeah.
But after time,
Mhm.
now I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm
Yeah.
gonna land. I'll be all right.
Mhm.
What was the first what's the first thing you remember the spark, not just starting skating, but something you saw in skating and you were like, oh, I want to get to that point? Or like first video or
I
first-
would think it was Mark Gonzalez.
Yeah.
And what did I want to get to? Because I think the first Thrasher I saw, had his interview in it, and it's, oddly enough, the used board that my brother cobbled together was Mark Gonzalez, and he kind of schooled me on who he was, and so I really, and then you'd only see it through magazines. So I didn't see much of video of him at that point. The only videos were the Pal Peralta, like
Vision
Bones
was
Brigade stuff.
Vision
but-
was like 87, 88.
no, Vision was around.
No,
and
but I mean
maybe
the
they had-
Vision videos.
Yeah, the Vision videos are a little later.
Right.
So I had to like see everything, and
When was the first time you saw
Like the
Gonz
artistic-
skate in person?
as far as like in person.
I don't know. I mean,
or
if you saw him in
video,
person, I
know.
feel like you would just be like, "Oh, there he is. What's he gonna do?"
Maybe. Oh no, Powell
Oh, at the Powell Warehouse.
Skate Zone.
Yep.
Yep. The contest. Yes, that's what it was.
Do you remember seeing him do? He did. This is a deep
that
cut.
contest?
Yeah, this is a deep cut. But during the practice for that contest, I was filming him, and he did a ollie fast plant over the pyramid. Like he had his
Yeah.
foot on the tail, the
Uh-huh.
edge of the tail. He ollied, left his foot
Snapped
behind,
and jumped over the
jumped
whole
up,
thing.
and then went over the pyramid.
I think I do remember that. I mean, I remember when he
He hit the vert wall hard,
he
right?
front pivoted the wall.
Oh yeah.
Which was, I mean, he was just kind of
All over the place.
just dancing around
Yeah,
that place.
just dancing around,
It
yes.
is. It's like an artistic dance of
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Mark, but also it's really like but he was doing things that were like so forward. So
Oh, for
forward.
sure.
You were like, wait, hold on, what did he do? What was that? Was that backwards? Remember
Yeah.
like switch stuff? You were
Yeah.
like, We didn't even call it switch. I was like, wait, that was opposite footed.
Yeah.
I was like,
Right.
that was
Opposite
opposite
footed,
footed.
I
What
remember
the
that.
hell was that?
Yeah.
What just happened? And you had to kind of like think about it for a while and just like analyze it and like, okay, so he did it the opposite, you know. He was like really one of the first dudes or the first dude to go.
Didn't Neil Blender do it?
A little bit.
Maybe a little bit.
And maybe it was only like I know he did the nose stall and drop in backwards, but I also think he did like switch axle stalls.
Yes.
I think I remember seeing him do that.
That's what I was saying on little things, maybe mini ramps and stuff.
But it was still.
But Mark was doing street tricks, and you're like, what? You couldn't even. It was like really hard.
I remember
to
seeing
even
him do.
digest.
I think it was at a Moonster event. He did front side ollie to backwards 50-50 down the down rail, and it was like, how is that even possible? And coming off of it or getting into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. What did you try to emulate of his stuff or his style?
I think all of it, like everything. You know, I feel like switch a lot for sure.
Right.
Was a big. He was a huge influence. I remember. What video? There's a video. Maybe it was a contest video. Savannah Slamma.
Yeah.
Does a switch method like off a jump ramp?
Yes.
So that's like, you know, early video stuff,
yeah.
right? So those contest videos that would come out, and I would go see it down at my local skate shop, which was actually not. It was a skate shop section in a place called Ski and Sport, and
we just talked about with
sold
Patton.
boats. The place sold boats, and they had ski equipment because I grew up in San Bernardino. The mountains are up above me. Ski stuff, and there's a little skate shop section, but I remember I would go in there and watch like all the videos and just sit in the store.
Dude.
But he did a switch method.
Dude, if he did switch method, if
like
you did a switch method, that's a stale fish, and he invented the stale fish.
Yes.
Do you think he got the stale fish because he could already do switch methods?
I don't know.
Sorry
I think maybe he stale fished probably before.
But that Savannah Slamma, that's later on.
All right.
It could have been 86, 87.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
yeah, still.
But I remember
85.
But like,
Dude.
We went down this road
probably
already.
a year, like a year later after that, I was like, I want to do what Gons did.
Yes.
And I like learned how to switch method off a jump ramp, and it felt like the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm doing what Mark's doing.
Yeah.
So
sick.
sick.
Let's do what Mark's doing.
Yeah, I mean, I would watch him.
I did it. It's like a year later. It took me like, and it's just fly off a ramp backwards, holding onto your board.
Yeah, exactly.
But still, it was awkward and uncomfortable, and it is.
But you did it because you saw him and you wanted to emulate him.
And I want to be like Mark.
That's how I did learn nose blunts.
Yeah.
I saw him do it on a mini ramp. I was like, that is the coolest thing.
Yes.
And I think I have the skill set to figure that one out.
I think you do.
Everything else was like, but everything else was that he was doing, especially in street. I was just like, oh man.
Oh, he was light years ahead of everybody.
Yeah.
His imagination is the reason why. It's like he has, like, he imagines so many. He still does. He'll text me. You ever do?
Oh man,
you know,
I'm in on
you ever
those.
do this? It's like it's his brain.
The Gons vortex.
Those wheels are still spinning,
Yes.
and it's like, imagine like he was doing that, and then that was going on in his head, and he's like, wait, I'll try that, and he's doing it all.
Yeah.
Still in his 50s.
Still to this day.
I used to argue with him because I was such a Vert guy, and I would always pick on him back when you could somewhat have an argument. And there was one trick that I figured out that I could do that he couldn't do. So my main argument was like, at least you don't know how to do a body jar. It was a stupid trick that no one even cares about, but because he couldn't do them, and I knew he couldn't do them, and I would bring it up, he would always try to do one, and I'd be like, "What what was that?" And he'd be like, one? "Dude, what?"
Did he actually do it?
Yeah, but they would jank. You know what I mean? Because he did Madonna's better than anybody.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
So it was like, but he was so good at Vert that he could have this argument with me, like, "No, I can," and I'm like, you're Gons. Why are you even arguing with me?
Cares?
Like, I can't do anything compared. You have 7 million tricks I can't do, but I got you on this.
And the only reason we get respect for body jars is because it's dangerous. It's not like the greatest trick.
No, it's great.
It's great.
It's very difficult.
It's a good feeling trick.
It's a good feeling, but you know what I mean.
And it is,
I think there's
the lockup
a
factor versus front.
Yes.
When you go lean to tail, you can see it, and you can always adjust. But backside, you're like,
Oh no, he
I
paid the
can't- I
price
don't
recently.
know.
I,
Yeah.
It's
I'm
the
only
lo-
saying that when those of us who have it, we get the respect just because people know that it can go badly, and a lot of people don't even want to learn it because of that.
Yes. Yeah.
I get it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Locking up and just diving to your shoulder on
Yeah.
flat. No.
I did it the
That
other
doesn't
day and
sound like
just
fun.
landed on my head. Got knocked out
Yeah.
at 50, Eric.
You got knocked out.
Yeah, I woke up on the flat and I was like, "Did you just get knocked out on a body jar? Maybe it's my body jars now look like Gonza's. I'm terrified every time I do one now. Please, not again."
If I do one, I'm not gonna really sit on it. I'm gonna
Right.
tap that thing and just get out of there.
Like 90s smack.
Yep.
Safety first.
A little.
Yeah,
Not
Remember
go very,
that-
not
that-
go high.
That
no.
was a movement.
No, I'm not, low risk.
That was a movement. Like
the late tail.
Yeah, the
I
late
know,
tail.
right?
Yeah. Nose
For
taps.
days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was
Oof.
on that for a little bit. I can't deny it. Tail,
Oof.
what is it? Cab tail grab.
I mean,
Hit the tail on the way
I'm
back
guilty.
in.
Yeah.
Oh, we're all guilty.
I thought I was so shit hot when I would do that. People were like, "Ooh!"
It was like when animals have to like show their dominance.
yeah, it's a flex for sure.
It
The
was
harder
a
you
full
hit it,
flex, and it
Yeah.
was like. Then you look at it, you're like,
it's in a.
you guys, that's weak.
It's in a.
That's totally weak.
I went
like
to-
you're
I
just
went to
tapping it.
one of the
Like you're not
Munster-
slamming it in there. You're like,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh,
and it
no.
was like
And it
Everyone's
happens late too. Like
chest
it
out,
doesn't even.
just
Yeah.
tapping their tail, and like,
Yeah.
no, that wasn't
I went to
that
one of the
cool.
Munster events and I had it. I had it coming in on a 540, and I thought like I'm the king of the tail tap. now.
Yeah.
I did like McTwist to tail smack, but
Yeah.
it hardly ever hit. It was always
Yeah.
late.
Not cool.
But it's extra points, you know.
Is
It was
it-
just a
I did get
moment.
the respect from Rune on that one, so I felt like I accomplished something.
Until the Narjar.
Oh, I can't do
Yeah.
nachos, dude. That
That's the real
that
one.
gives massive respect.
That's-
That's the real deal.
Utmost respect.
Yeah.
What I was doing was not a
It's
Narjar.
like, wee, wee, wee.
Yeah.
No, there's
Bam!
only there really only.
It's like-
I think there are 3 people that can do that.
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. It's like
I did a
Mm.
backside tail grab one in Australia at a demo and got knocked out. And then I woke up and I guess I was doing the convulsion thing, and some lady had a baby, and the baby was crying because I looked like I was
Dead?
dying. Yeah.
yeah.
And then I woke up and I saw the baby crying. And so all I remember is waking up and seeing a baby crying. So I went over to the baby and I was like, "Look, baby, I'm okay." And I calmed the baby down. And then I went back up and dropped it and did that trick and made it.
You made it.
Yeah.
Wow.
But then I saw the video and I was like, "Why did you guys let me go back up the ramp?"
Oh my God.
I was like 15 minutes ago, I was going "Arr!" like that. And now you're letting me back on the ramp? I was bummed. It freaked me
Wow.
out. Yeah.
Oh man.
It was like a really gross slam.
Wow.
That, I don't want to watch that.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I never really hear about you in injuries.
I try not to get them.
Wait, that's
what
your
has been
secret?
the worst to endure
Hmm.
or push through, or the longest you went out?
Uh,
Did you break anything?
not really.
Oh, you
Finger
bastard.
dislocated. A couple times. I slammed pretty hard one time. Blew my, not like almost knocked myself out, but I was dizzy. But luckily, my head hit a bunch of like mulch, as
Oh, wow.
opposed to the sidewalk. Somehow got lucky enough to catch this corner of where mulch started, and like whip my head back and hit that as opposed to concrete.
Yeah.
But even then, that was the first time I ever got like, I got up and I was like really dizzy and felt like I was gonna vomit.
Yep.
And I was like, whoa.
That's a concussion.
I was like, whoa. I sat down. Yeah, I was like, damn. I felt like my mouth
That was
started
the worst?
watering. That was like a good head crack that I was like, whoa, I've never felt that before.
Mhm.
But other than that, ankle sprains that were bad, tendonitis in one knee
Wow.
before, had to just rehab that.
What are
It
you
was 3
dealing
months.
with now, getting older?
I'm trying to, but I haven't consistently been doing that, but like kind of just work on, like just doing training that is strength training on certain parts of my body that are weaker now from skating, that you think are still like quads, hamstrings, calves, like the muscles definitely are not as like good. And I can wear those out really quickly if I'm dead sprinting
Are
into
there
a
any?
trick.
What
Like,
about your actual skating tricks? Do you feel like anything is completely limited now, or stuff that you?
yeah, definitely. Definitely some, and it depends on how good my body is feeling.
Mhm.
If
But
it's
I mean, I see you
if
skating.
it's sore,
You still look young and spry, and you can do all the flicks. So I'm just wondering if there's anything you feel like is a real
um,
crutch.
yeah, it's just the amount of time I can do it now. It's definitely
I
it's
see.
less, right?
Mhm.
And if I'm doing it a lot, which doing a lot is good because it still keeps your body's conditioned to that and keeps things consistent and the confidence is still there on certain tricks.
Mhm.
But then also I'm worn out and it's like it's tough. And my 11-year-old son is like into skating gotten really into it in the
Oh
past year
wow.
and a half.
Mhm.
So just being with him and out at skate parks and skating a lot,
Yeah.
just to to be with him and do that. And but I'm skating like I actually skate a lot. So,
Yeah.
but I just can't skate for long periods of time because you'll just wear down. Eventually it's like, okay, this hurts, that hurts,
Yeah.
everything hurts.
Yeah.
Stretching takes forever, warming up, something, all that stuff. It takes me like 45 minutes to get good. But if I take time off, I will feel a little bit more spry.
Mhm.
So
Do you
it's
feel like
just
you're better at reading your body? Like it sounds like if you don't feel 100%, then there's certain things you won't try that day, and if you do feel better, then you know that that day is a good day to go for it.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
You,
I guess I have like I do know it pretty well. Like I know it's like, oh yeah, I keep doing that, I'm gonna probably pull that hamstring.
yeah,
So let's not try that anymore
yeah.
because that's gonna go. Like
Teach
Yeah.
or
me
I have
that.
these deep calf tears that will come and go, and those take a little while to work on
Oh
and
wow.
heal. Yeah, so then I start to feel something like, oh, that's gonna start to happen. So now I'm gonna probably have to chill for a few days, get some treatment on it or something, or maybe not treat, just do a little something. But
Do you think that you're saying like you feel that happening when you were younger, where you just push through that?
yeah, and it wasn't happening when I was younger either.
Right. Oh, that's true.
That's true. Or yeah, you could push through something. Well, no, like if you really pull a muscle, even when you're younger, pull something in that sense, yes, you're pretty much done. Or you could try to push through, but you're gonna make it worse usually.
Right.
So
What
yeah,
was the back? So spanning video parts and anything else. What was the most, I don't know, not just challenging but frightening stunt, trick, thing you tried to do? What do you remember
I
dreading?
don't. Jeez, I mean, there's little things, technical stuff too.
Yeah.
If you're going back to it like weekend after weekend at the school or something
Oh, okay.
for a month, it's like it's a month later and you're like, I didn't get that. And it was like the
Yeah.
last time I was there last week, it's like I spent 3.5 to 4 hours trying it and I only got close twice. And I gotta get this, but I so don't want to drive back to that school, climb that
Yeah.
fence,
Yeah.
warm up, and start trying and go through that whole process again.
Right.
As opposed to like, I want to go there and get it. I'm gonna get it today. You
You're just
start to
dreading the
mentally,
whole
you're like,
process.
dude,
Yeah, I get that.
am I get? And then yeah, hissy fit,
Yeah.
slam the board, yeah, focus it, yeah, just go through all the mental anguish.
Yeah.
Like that was harder than like, okay, I'm scared like this rail, but I've never tried this trick, but like let's go fast and just fly through it, like let's just break the fear, break the ice, get closer. That's like a fun process of like, I'm scared, I'm getting closer, wait, maybe I can do this, oh wait, I can do this, okay, now I figured it out, now I got to do this. Like that's just like that's it's funny, like technical, like a manual trick or something. It's like hours
Right.
of the perfect of
Yeah, of
everything's got to
torture.
be just
Of
right,
torture, yeah.
and you got to
Well,
get
but you're
lucky.
a freak like that too.
But
Like,
you got to
you're,
get lucky too. On
Yeah.
top of it, you got to have a little luck.
I mean, he's like a full perfectionist on that stuff. So
Yeah.
But it's those things are more
dreadful.
torturous. Yeah, way more
Understood.
dreadful. It is because it's just that's the mental beating you put yourself through.
It's funny you say that because I remember you trying to teach me backside heel flips on the trick tips video, and I was completely tortured. Like at the end of each day of shooting, we would just go into that. Him trying to teach me.
Yeah.
Couldn't do
yeah.
it.
For how long?
Well, when we were shooting that for days,
Yeah.
Oh,
just trying it like until finally I kind of did it off of a bump to flat, like a bank to flat.
yeah.
Landed at 90 and then just forced it around, and I was
Take
like,
it.
that's
Hell
all I
yeah,
got. That's
take it.
it.
Yep.
But thank you for,
Getting you through that. Yeah.
yeah, for entertaining.
Sometimes I'm there. I'm here for you guys. I'm just
for
here
facilitating
for support.
all
Yeah.
that. I appreciate it.
No, that was fun. It was really fun. It was.
What's been the biggest surprise of skating's evolution in your career for you?
Dude, I don't know. What is the biggest surprise?
I don't know. What do you
it's
think?
like-
What's been the biggest sea change that you've seen? I mean, you were skating when it was
let's-
not cool.
I'm not trying to just to blow smoke up your ass, but the video game.
Oh, that was a big
That
success.
was a big change, dude. That was a big change in
Do
life.
you remember? Okay, we can get into
all
this.
of our worlds.
We can get into
like,
this.
dude. it
Eric was invited.
huge.
Eric was invited to be in the first game, and he declined.
What?
This is true.
Would you just? Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't-
I heard what you said.
What's that?
I was like, I just didn't know what the hell was going on. I don't know what the fuck. And I blew that. Well, then I just did the rest of them. But anyways, I did
But I
blew
remember
that.
So, fast forward to that was 99.
We
Fast
did the
forward to
second game.
2000. You agreed to be in it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it might have been Atiba too, because Atiba had the game early on.
Yes.
he had a modified PlayStation.
That's right.
and
He
I was
did.
passing
He
him
did.
the-
And
the beta discs illegally, but
yeah,
I
but
needed-
someone
I
had
needed
to,
a-
you need a test. You needed
I need a sounding board.
crash test dummy.
Yeah, for
No,
sure. But
he was
then-
a perfect guy too.
But I remember you agreed to be in the second one right away.
yeah,
after the first
because I
one was
did see
released.
that, and I was why I was
Yeah,
like scared of
I kinda
like
wanna
what the
know-
fuck is this? You know
Why
what I
did
mean?
you
I don't
not-
know.
Why did you not want to be in it?
I don't know. I honestly don't.
I mean,
Don't-
When you
no
saw
one-
it when it came out, were you like, "Oh my god, you idiot"?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm like, dude, yeah.
Yeah.
Doing another one? Yeah, okay.
Right.
But even not from the impact of that, but it was like, oh, this
Uh,
is what it is. This is
Jamie
like-
too, though. Jamie was a holdout,
Yeah,
and he was same
right.
same idea. Like, I don't know, this seems like some crazy sellout thing. And
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
The quality.
and I was, and there was a lot of that, and me being a core street skater,
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
and it maybe a fear of like, what is this, and like, then
Right,
I
because
saw you saw the game, and then I was like, trying to learn how to play it, and then when I did, I was like, it was so fun,
Right. No one had a really cool skateboard video game yet, so how would
No.
you think that this was going to be the one?
Yeah,
Right.
and I guess I had definitely had those hesitations, and like, I don't know what will happen, and then saw it, and I was like, this is cool.
But I remember we were in San Francisco at X Games the next year, and it was a few months before the second one was released, and they had me doing, interviewing people on the course, whatever, because I wasn't competing, and I was interviewing you on the street course, and then we were about to wrap it up, and you're like, "Make sure to get 200 Pro Skater 2." And I was like, "Yes, we got Eric Koston's in. He's in."
He finally gets it.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, but that was a big change. And
How did it change for you? Like, or not just skateboarding, but how did it change for Eric Koston?
I mean, just the fact that it's just people starting to know me outside of skateboarding.
Yeah.
Know who kind of knew. They know I'm a video game character. Maybe some of those people actually started to figure out, all right, who is this person? I don't know how much information was out there.
How could you
but
tell the
accessibility.
difference?
The random people at Starbucks looking at you like all funny, and you're like, do they recognize me? You
Yeah.
know, like,
Not
What?
because they're not skaters.
yeah, they're not skaters.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
and you're
what-
like,
that's
they're
what
giving you a
changes.
look of like a kid
Yeah.
that is skated
Yep.
and is looking like you, like, oh my god, that's
Yeah.
it's like I have your board,
Yeah.
like that, and you're like, why is that? random dude looking
Yep.
at me like that, and then comes up to me and like, hey, like, you're in Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Yeah.
And like, I'm like, yeah. He's like, I play with you, and and
And then that just
MALKA,
started happening
and
a
like,
lot.
and it started to happen a lot, and it's like, that was like, whoa, what, this is like, so everyone's playing this,
And how did you
everybody's
make
playing this, and
how did that make you feel being a hardcore skater and people that don't skate liking Eric Koston? Did you embrace that, or were you
no,
like,
I mean, it was cool if anybody does and like appreciates that. I like, of course,
yeah,
like, it's really cool, and I do appreciate that, and like, but also, it was awkward too.
Right.
It's just like, whoa, this is really weird, but it's a lot about what that did to the other people outside of skateboarding, their viewpoint of skating, and they
Yeah.
actually then understood it,
Yeah.
even though they actually couldn't do the act of
Yeah.
it.
Right.
They knew the tricks, they see
They
the body
respected
movement,
it.
and they actually know it, and they could probably see somebody now skating, as opposed to when some crazy ledge flip trick into a ledge trick. Now that person could go like, oh, that was a kickflip crook.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
what?
that's crazy.
Yeah.
It is. Like,
I've
they
said that
learned
many
it.
times.
They
Like, it's
learned it.
crazy that someone could understand what that is.
They
now, 'cause
understood it.
It was reserved for such a very small population.
Yeah, and
Not that long ago.
then a bigger population understood it,
right.
and so like, oh, this is cool,
Yeah. And it made
and it brought them into our.
I was gonna say it
help
made
our industry.
skateboarders too,
It-
because there's a
it-
lot of people that were like, not only am I gonna play this game, I'm gonna
Mhm.
go out and do it.
Yeah, brought them into the game, or they're still like, these guys are cool. Like, even the outfits, the music, like all that stuff, it helped everything. Helped bring all that up.
I did an interview, actually, coincidentally, for the Barracks yesterday, and we were talking about the game, and I was like, if you look at the roster of skaters that we had in the game, and you look at them now, they almost all of them still skate regularly and rip. Like, it's crazy that we had such a
Yeah, that's an
great cast of
interesting
characters. I mean,
that was a good crew.
yeah, and just looking now,
So-
you, Bucky, Alyssa, Jamie Thomas, Rune,
Kareem,
Kareem,
MALKA.
Muska, everyone.
Andrew.
Yeah, like still killing it
Yeah,
too. It's
killing it.
amazing.
Yeah.
So thank you for
Yeah, thanks for having me.
thanks for
on that one.
thanks for
See,
reluctantly
Tony cares
agreeing.
too, dude. Tony cares.
You always seem like such a smart guy. I can't believe how dumb you are by saying no to the first one.
Hey, sometimes you got to learn from your mistakes, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Just didn't think
I
you'd
made
make
mi-
that one.
I made mistakes.
It
right?
was
I'm
Jamie.
not
Jamie was
perfect.
the last holdout besides you, but he actually Jamie
We probably had the similar fear. Of
similar
what
fear,
is
but he
it
went
like?
up and saw for himself.
Yeah.
And that's what it took,
Mhm.
where he saw the game and actually played it. And he's
Yeah.
like, okay, I think this is fun. I'll do
Yeah,
it."
and it's exactly
Yeah.
because he was getting to.
Yeah.
He was in
Yeah.
there
well,
early.
it was an honor to have you in there, of
Mhm.
course. So thank you.
Do
And
it
thanks
again.
for being such an amazing ambassador and skater all of these decades.
Yeah.
Like,
Thanks,
it's
man.
really
You too.
amazing.
You
Well,
didn't. You ain't done too bad.
thank you. But
yourself.
I'm
You
still
did-
I'm
you
still
did-
just
you
on
did
my
all
vert
right.
ramp. You're keeping it real up in the streets, so
It's just because I suck at Vert.
do you think you could still knee slide?
Yeah, of course. I thought about that. I
Wait,
was
that's
at
where
the,
you went? Do you
I-
think you could still knee
still knee-
slide?
It was like,
It's a
A
thing that
trick?
they lose. Yeah.
Nah. You don't lose knee slides.
don't
not
know.
if you grew up in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
don't
that's true. I
know.
skated with Riley
I
not
think,
long ago.
yeah,
and-
if I
and
went
he
into
can-
something big, just blasted in air, kicked out, and I would just like,
Yeah,
He's gonna do a
I
little.
would- no,
He's
if I
gonna
had
do a
the
couple
knee-
of steps. They all
Yeah.
do.
But I mean,
yes,
think-
I have to get
okay,
a
I'm
couple
just
steps
trying to
in.
think.
I wouldn't fly straight to the
Yeah,
knees
not
yet.
like
no.
us.
Okay, all
No,
right,
no,
there
no.
you
Yeah.
go. All right,
It would be
thanks.
a 1-2
you never-
knees.
But you never
1-2
did.
knees.
You never did. You were always a little bit of a runner to knee
Yes,
slide.
yeah.
Right.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember watching him skate.
That's
and,
a street skater.
Yeah,
in
I was
me.
like,
Yeah.
because I always thought that
oh
was.
wait, I can jump to my knees.
It was like you had faster feet. It wasn't a bad. I was like, I would do the little run thing too if my feet would do that.
Oh my god!
I
I
just
get
go
it.
straight to my
Seriously makes
knees.
my spine shiver when I
Yeah.
see people trying to run out of stuff
Yeah.
on Vert.
I have to touch the toes on something and then drop to the knees.
I told him a story
It's
before.
not even like a hard one. He's just like a little feeler, I think.
Right.
Dude, I told him a story before you got here. I bombed a hill the other day. I parked and just got on my skateboard with a bag, and I had little shorts and a tank top, and I start going down this hill, and I just didn't think about it, and all of a sudden I'm going too fast to get off. And I remember thinking, if you have to get off, skid your whole side down the road before you even contemplate running. Yeah. Like I was like, if this gets bad,
Yeah.
I'm going to shoulder block the pavement because
Yeah.
if I run, I might need an
But that's-
ambulance.
yeah.
That's our generation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I would go for the roll.
Nice. But I had a bag, a
'Cause
big
I want-
bag. It wasn't going to let me go.
I would ditch that thing in a heartbeat if I was.
I was going down.
I would
bag
eject the
splat,
bag.
Like,
If it
Yeah.
was, I started wobbling, the bag would be off.
notice how your
First
story
instinct,
doesn't
like,
involve any injuries and mine is just like
I
hundreds of
would
hospital
go with his
visits.
approach
Yeah.
over yours.
Yeah.
Stuntman tumble.
Yeah.
Where have you been, Eric?
Yeah.
My whole career.
Ditch the bag.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Why'd you get out of your car and put a bag on?
Because I thought when I went down there that it might be cold. I was down there all day, so I brought a bag that had all my
gotcha.
stuff in it, and I had like
Oh, okay.
weed
That makes
rolling
sense.
stuff. I mean,
Yeah,
I gotta
that
have a
makes
kid.
sense. I didn't know. Like,
It's gonna be a long day.
Well,
Oh,
Eric,
crap.
we appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah,
Yes,
thanks,
of
dude.
course.
That was super
I'm
fun.
glad
and
we didn't get it into anything.
What are we
I
gonna
don't
get
know.
in?
I was
What'd you
thinking. You
do?
know what I was thinking of?
What?
Gigantic skate park tour. You guys remember?
Oh,
Yeah.
of course.
What are you gonna say? Don't do anything bad. We didn't do
No,
anything
we
bad.
had fun.
We
Yeah,
had
we
fun,
did.
yes.
Yeah.
I want to do that again.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Okay, thank you.
ESPN. I don't know. Find us a network.
Yeah,
I mean,
Tony.
All right.
We had a rock star bus. We had Trent cameraman.
Can I not do the street demo and the Vert demo this time? That would really help.
No, we have to do it all as
Oh.
poorly as we did then.
Yeah. Oh, I can guarantee you
No.
that.
Or it was great. Everything was good.
I'm coming in bubble wrap.
No, you gave it all in those tours too.
Everybody
so
did.
fun.
It was amazing. So
we were having it was
a
dude,
blast.
rock star bus.
It was.
Trent
was crazy.
cameraman Trent.
Yeah.
Was a blackjack dealer.
yeah,
Salema losing
he
all
made
his
a
money.
lot of money.
He did.
Sean White
made a lot
losing
of
his
money.
money and not paying.
Yeah.
Those are great times.
Mm.
I love that.
Mhm. It was good.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
we
was
had
one
to
of
pass
the-
the time.
I was more fortunate than you guys because you guys were legends and it made sense you're on the bus. I was a half-ass bum that was just on the whole tour, just going like, "Yeah, I'm in the demo too," and just scored. Like the bus, it's skateboarding. There's been no more glamorous tour.
That's what I was like.
bus had a
I got
button.
a taste of it, and I'm like, I want this.
Yeah, right.
I
hydraulic
want to be a rock
doors.
star. I think I want,
Yeah,
dude.
right.
I've never been good at playing any instrument.
All
but
of a
this
sudden
is
you
the
were like, if
closest to
Guns
ever
N' Roses
being
said,
a
"Will you
rock
play
star.
bass?" You would say yes.
Yeah.
Right?
For sure.
You're like, "Yeah, I'll take it."
I'd slap that thing. Dum, dum, dum.
And then
I'll figure it out.
Frank had the B team bus, the RV.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
For people who wouldn't leave the tour because everyone had their slots on the
Yeah,
tour,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
So
'cause
everyone's
you
there
had
for
rotating through.
5 or 7 days,
Yeah.
and then some people that wouldn't leave in that time frame, they would just go to the RV.
Yeah.
But they didn't get per diem. They didn't even get hotel rooms half
Yeah.
the time. But
Oh,
they
wow.
still wanted to be on the tour.
Yeah. It
You
makes
could sleep
sense.
in the
though.
bus. Like
Yeah.
you didn't even need
Right,
a
but you were-
hotel room.
True, but at some point
Or the
you're
RV.
off the bus.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
This is the crew now.
Yeah. You're losing the perks of losing your money.
But it was great.
Losing your money in
It was so
blackjack on a
fun.
5-hour, 6-hour drive, but
Oh, no, everyone was welcome at the blackjack table.
mhm,
Yeah, even if you weren't officially on the tour, of course.
that was true.
Your money. It was. I remember the quote was, "Your money's good here."
Your money's good here. That was fun.
The back of the bus. That's what was up.
Oh yeah.
Good times. I wrote several songs in the back of the
Yes.
bus.
We should bust one of those out soon.
No, we shouldn't.
Yes.
Sergi, those were great times.
It
Yeah.
was.
Well, thanks, Eric, for
Yeah.
Yeah.
all the good times, all the good skating.
Oh, thank
And
you.
keep
Thanks for
ripping.
having me.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate
Like
it.
and describe turkeys.
Yeah, say that.
Like and subscribe, guys. Which one? This one?
Describe. We don't say it correctly.
Like and describe, comment,
Ooh, comment.
comment.
We never say that.
Yeah,
comment.
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 Like, subscribe.
But we have to
Comment.
comment something nice.
Oh yes.
No, you don't have to.
Oh, okay, Don.
Yeah.
No, just comment for the algorithm.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There you go. Yeah,
bad
talk
or
shit.
good,
It's fine.
just
Whatever.
comment.
Yeah.
All right.
But like and subscribe and like.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm good at this.